What's up, everybody? This is Jack from Crypto 49er, bringing you my knowledge in cryptocurrency. Today I want to talk about the Gekko trading bot and how you can beat all other geckos at executing limit orders. I kind of came up with this idea mainly because of the fact that I was looking at step gains, another strategy I've implemented in the past. I actually have it running currently, and it has been making me some gains. Although, if you look at it, this is a screenshot of what actually happened. Actually, this is a sell order. Let me go back to the buy first. So this is a buy order. So you can see that it bought at 424. This is for, the information that I get from Push Bullet. This is how much it bought at. It bought at 424, and then how long it took actually to fill the order, 8 minutes. I actually love the modifications that were made to Push Bullet. It gives you so much more information than it previously did. And this actually wasn't even done by AxMike. I think it's another contributor that made this modification. So you can see though, this is what I'm really looking at, the slip. So it slipped 0.25%, not too much roughly, but the idea of step gains is that it's gonna wait until it drops 3% and then buys in, and then I think it sells when it goes up 2%. That's the general basic idea of step gains, a very simple strategy. But because of the slip, so now it's buying a little higher than the price that I want to buy at. So I wanted to buy at 424, but it executed at 425. Essentially, I'm gonna be making a little bit less money because when I execute a sell at 2%, it's now gonna be 1.75% roughly, because now it's because of the slip in price. And that's just how the market is, because market prices slip. And then when a sell happened, you can see that I didn't even make 1% gains. I only made 0.72% gains. And again, it slipped again from the price I wanted to 0.23. So honestly, I don't really know why it made only 0.72%. It should have made more than that, but you can tell though that the slip happened, and that's why I was supposed to sell at 439 and it went down to 438. So what I originally wanted to do with Gekko, and I probably will still do it, is to set it so that you can set limit orders instead of sticky orders. I'll explain sticky orders versus limit order in 1 second, but I'm just going to show you right now that currently limit order is broken in Gekko. So this is something that is broken since last year, as far as I know. AxMike doesn't have the time to fix this. Hopefully, if I have the time, I want to actually just fix this or modify this so that I actually can get it to work. I mean, fixing it to what I can fix versus what AxMike will accept, I don't know. That's like a different story. So, but anyway, at least it'll definitely be in my version of modded Gekko if I can get the limit order to work. So now going back, what's the difference between a sticky order versus a limit order? So a sticky order is, let's say that you would want to place your order at the top of the market book. A sticky order is when you place a order at the top of the market book and the prices move against you. So the price kept going up. So right now it's at 940.90. And actually, let me first explain. This is a sandbox of Coinbase Pro's exchange, not the actual exchange. So Bitcoin prices are not actually $1,000, not actually less than $1,000, and I don't actually have almost $1 million to trade. This is all fake. So I don't have that kind of money, and prices are not that low right now. But let's say the price move against you. So right now it's 940, but if it moved against you, let's say it went up to 950. So if it went up to 950, your order will be pushed to the bottom of the, not to the bottom, but like a second or third ranking on the order book. So your order won't get filled first, right? But by default, Gekko has sticky orders, and actually it only has sticky orders, it doesn't even have limit orders. So what it's going to do is, once it sees that, oh, 950 is a new price, it's going to move your order to 950 and try to get that filled, because it's going to stick to the top of the order book. So that is the idea. Let me even just run Gekko right now to show you how it actually will look like. So again, in here I have my modded Gekko set up. So even though I have $999,000 in the sandbox account, it's only going to trade $1,000 worth because I have a limit of $1,000 set up. As soon as it makes a trade, it will only issue a order of for $1,000 worth. Okay, you see it actually executed right over here. Advice 1, recognition long, amount $1,000. So let's take a look at the sandbox of Coinbase Pro, and you see it, as I said, it stuck the order right at the top of the order book. right over here with all the other people that's trying to buy into this price point. That's great and all, but if you look at it closely, you can see that the USD spread is 0.33 cents, meaning you can actually stick this higher than the order book. So you can stick this all the way up to right below this, right below the axe price. So basically you can stick in a price of 941.22 and it will be now the new high on the order book. And that is the way for you to beat all the other geckos that's going to be doing exactly the same thing. So all the other geckos out there that's using standard code is going to stick it onto the top of the order book. But if you modify your Gekko the way I'm going to show you right now, you're going to stick your order above their order and guarantee that you will at least execute faster than they will. Is it always a good thing to be guaranteed execution? I mean, not necessarily, because you are losing that better price. So if they execute at 940.90 and you execute at 941.22, you are obviously not getting the price that they are. But at the same time, you are definitely getting your order filled immediately almost, because you're right below the ask, and you're not paying any fees for this order because it's still a limit order. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So basically all we're doing right here is we're gonna change the section. I'm gonna show you this. So right over here inside the check order function, this is the check order function. So inside right over here, it's gonna check the order book. It's gonna check to see if the price that's currently set at is the same as the order book price. If not, then it's going to try to move it. So it's going to return this.move. It's going to try to move it to match. That's what it's doing right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to modify. We're not modify it. We're actually going to add another extra if statement right here. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to add. So what we're going to do is we're going to add this if statement. If the ticker.ax minus ticker.bid. So basically if the ax price and the bid price, again, we can look at it right here. So this is the ax price. If the ax price is 941.23 minus the bid price, which is 940.90, if that amount is greater than 0.01, we're going to ask it to return, and this.move, we're going to move it to the ticker.ax minus 0.01. So essentially, it's going to always be moved to the top of the order book above everyone else's order if the spread is larger than 0.01. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to place this right over here. And one thing you do have to note is that this really depends on your exchange. Not that it doesn't work, but then this part right here, note, might be string versus float. So your exchange, depends on your exchange. On Coinbase Pro, everything is float. But on your exchange, it could be a string value. So you're doing a string versus float comparison, it might not work. You will have to adjust how this works in terms of converting it from a string to float and then converting it back to get it to work. So on Coinbase Pro, it's relatively simple. Everything's float, so you could just use numbers and it'll be fine. So anyway, I added this right over here, right above this calculation point, because if you add it below, it actually will return you back to the top of order book price with everyone else. So that's why you need to add this beforehand, so you adjust it and get to the top of order book every time. So right now I'm going to rerun Gekko to show you what's going to do. So ideally, it's going to show you a new order that's going to stick to the top of the order book at 941.22. There it goes. See, it first stuck it over here, and then it checked the order and moved it. It'd be like, oh wait, you know what? We can go higher. We can move it. And that's exactly what it did right here. So now you see my old order at 940.90, but it also got a new order in. This is when I reran it. I reran it, and now it's at 941.22 at the top of the order book, creating a new top of the order book. So, and this works in the opposite as well. So that if you had if you were trying to sell it and you want to get rid of your stuff really quickly without ever, paying a fee, this is the way to do it. So you will be beating every other Gekko out there. So this is the trick. So this is pretty much things that you won't get if you're just using a standard Gekko, but you'll be getting it because you're watching my channel. So that's my video for today, guys. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys in terms of making modifications that will help you beat not just the market, but beat everyone else that's also running trading bots. So if you like my content, please become a patron. patreon.com/crypto49er. If it isn't crypto, it isn't worth mining, it isn't worth speculating. Peace out.